Hello ladies, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be some advice on dealing with groups. So I know I've talked about this in a previous video, but sometimes I get these questions a lot when it's pertaining to how do I deal with big groups of men at the club, like how do I approach them or how do I deal with them when they use certain objections. Now, funny thing is, you will get guys in groups that will make objections for the entire group that they are with. So even if that's only 2 or 3 guys, or that's 9 or 10 guys, there will always be one guy that you're talking to that will claim he is making decisions for the whole group. And what I mean by this is, let's say you're sitting and talking to him, and this is a common thing that somebody will say to you, and that is, oh, we're not here to do anything, or we're none of us are getting lap dances tonight, like I don't want to waste your time, so if you want to go talk to somebody else. Like they try to pawn you off on somebody else, and basically they feel like they're speaking for all of their friends. Okay, now the mistake here is that a lot of us will take that as, you know, your cue to leave, or that you should just give up, or, you know, you're gonna take whatever this guy says to heart and be like, okay, well, you know, he basically just said nobody here is gonna do anything. Okay, that is so far from the truth. You never ever want to go with what this one guy says for everybody, because 9 times out of 10 that is never true. It's never true. One guy does not make decisions for 5 other people. Okay, I guarantee he doesn't tell his friends, you know, what to do in the morning, or what kind of car to drive, or, you know, the fact that they're even there, I'm sure he didn't make that decision for them. So a lot of times guys will say this just to, you know, get you to leave them alone, possibly. Maybe they're just themselves aren't ready to do anything yet. Sometimes I feel like this is before that they get drunk enough. Some guys need some more alcohol in their system, you know, before they start kind of getting loose a little bit. And never let this deter you from getting money from them. If a guy were to say this, I would continue my conversation with them, thank them for the time, and then switch to talking to one of his other friends. Repeat the process, have your little conversation, figure out the vibe from this person, try to close the sale, and repeat if it doesn't work. Until you've talked to every single guy, I would never ever take that for face value what the first one said, because they will always end up changing their mind later on, or you will have given yourself an in for later on in the night once they maybe start to loosen up a little bit, or the guy that you originally were talking to that said those things will probably have changed his mind. I find that happens probably 8 out of 10 times. That when somebody first says no, they always end up changing their mind and saying yes later on. And usually that guy will end up coming to find you himself. I always like to say, the faster you get to no, the quicker you get to yes. This applies for any sales, like any kind of sales job. It does not matter. There's nothing wrong with hearing the word no. Actually, I like hearing the word no, because it usually means you're quicker to getting a yes. And you just gotta kind of figure out, like, wiggle your way in there, feel the vibe out. Also, when you are dealing with this kind of situation, and I wanna add this because it's really important, if you're getting a guy that's giving you this resistance and giving you these kinds of lines, never ever ask for the sale. And I always teach that to you ladies, that you should never ask right in the beginning. It just depends on the way the conversation is going, but I always encourage you to wait for the guy to ask you first. But if you are in this kind of situation, it's very imperative that you do not ask outright for the sale. You can imply and let him know what you offer, but never ask him for the sale. Because when he's using language like this, it's always important to say to him, I never asked you for anything. I didn't come over here and asking you for money, did I? And he will look at you and say, yeah, you're right. Okay, you know, it's reverse psychology. It works, okay? And you want to always do this because you want to get his guard to come down a little bit and let him know that you just came over there just to say hi. Just totally nonchalant about it. You just wanted to introduce yourself. No big deal, right? When they're using this language, it's very important that you use this tactic, okay? Because like I said, you want to disarm them and you want to get them a little bit loosened up for later on in the night when maybe they've had a couple drinks. They'll be finally ready to spend some money, okay? So if you ladies have any further comments or questions, feel free to leave it down below. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Effortlessly Egypt. I will leave a link to my Instagram in the description box as well. And we will see you in the next video.